I've just left Monfalcone, it's behind me. You can actually see Alps, all those mountains behind. And I'm going towards, this is Slovenia, and down there is Croatia. So I have this spinnaker and I'm trying to get out of this Trieste Bay. This boat has, well, it's very heavy now because I have all this luggage. But with all these sails, it's actually a lot of fun to sail when there's a little wind like this. Oh, we've picked up some speed. Okay, oh, look at this. You need just a little bit of wind and then this boat just starts flying. You see this? Because I have so much sail power. I have probably around almost 30 square meters. I have these 3 bags and then I can just you know, put stuff. I put ropes, whatever. And this is very cool because it's like a single. You can just open like this and close like this, so I can keep my stuff in. So there's quite a few improvements from my last year trip, which was on a Hobie FX1. This is some proper sailing. I also have a barrel this year because you can put things in, they don't break, you know, it's kind of a protection. And I have this bag which is open. See, because all the wet stuff, you want to keep it somewhere, but you don't want to put it in a dry bag because they get stinky. So I have this, so it's like, you know, kind of drying. I have a new anchor from Mantus Marine, super cool stuff, you'll see later. I have these super cool shorts. You see, it's like shorts, but they're waterproof, so that my butt stays dry. And I have a super cool, have a new dry suit, I'll show you later. And I have this new chair, which is kind of a kayak chair, and it's super comfortable to sit. So there's quite a few improvements on this boat from last year, but I'm still kind of, I think I'm like overweight. We have some winds. So down there, this is the point I said where I have to come, and the wind should be here. And I'm actually moving very nicely. The rudders are happy. Down there in Monfalcone, you can see the mountains because we have these north winds. Yesterday we had a snowfall. It's mid-September and there was up to 40 centimeters of snow. Very unusual weather. And you can notice that the color of the water is very like rivery, and that's because we have a very, very big rainfall and there were floods. Winds have changed. I had to put down the gennaker, and this wind is actually coming from here, from Slovenia, and it's a local wind called Bora. But the weather forecast said I'm gonna get winds from north, from there, or a little bit from there, but I'm getting winds from here. But I hope this is just the local wind here, which is prevailing. Things have settled down a little bit. The winds are a little bit kind of constant, but so you have to be careful. I can see Croatia more and more and getting very close to Slovenia. So it's time to have a little bit of lunch. I have these super cool sausages, kefir, and I brought some bread. And I have one hand for the camera, one for the sausage and bread, and I'm steering with my butt. I could easily use 2 more hands for this. So that's one of the things in these boats, just lack of hands. I think the speed down the corner is reading 0, except that there's a current then, maybe moving. But the wind just stopped, and people ask, what do you do when there's no wind? That's exactly what I do. I don't do anything. I have this super cool chair, and it's actually very comfortable. I'm actually moving. I'm moving like 5 centimeters per minute. I've made it to Croatia. Down there, this is the Croatia. I'm already in the Croatian waters. Down there, Slovenia, Italy, Venice, down there. And I'm finally getting some winds, north winds, like weather forecast said. I'm flying this super nice gennaker. Winds are picking up, so I'm shifting my weight more backwards. Because these boats are well known to pitch pole and you do a salto forward. So that's why I had to move myself more backwards. And still I have my stern out. So as long as the bows are sticking out, I'm okay. Once they start digging in, it's time to do something. Now you can see this is Croatia, this is Savudrija, this is the lighthouse. Yeah, the winds are getting stronger and stronger, so thumbs up. Now I hope they don't get too strong. I want to fly this spinnaker. Now the speed should be way better. It's kind of fun to watch this. It's getting more and more fun. Finally some winds, which are gonna take me south. Now this is some sailing. Yeah, we have a good gust. So now one hand for camera, one for the rudder, and that's not smart. So I have my sheets and ropes ready to release. I'll have to film this. Okay, now this is fun. The boat still seems very happy. See, the bows are not digging in. Sails are happy. You can noticeably see, probably not on the camera, but obviously you can see the white cap start forming. And this is gonna be a nice ride downwind. I shouldn't be fooling with my camera now. A bit more speed. If I turn a little bit upwind, you see the speed goes up a lot. And then if I steer a little bit down, I can slow down the boat. You see more downwind, slows down. And then if I turn a little bit upwind, okay, then the boat starts flying. The bows are still happy. I don't want to do any salto on the first day. But now we're cruising. We are sailing. This is my pole. This is to right in the boat. I just added it. Probably don't need it, but you know, it's good to have. Your mind is more peaceful. Okay, now the wind's dropped a little bit. Yeah, the boat seems very happy, so thumbs up. Let's sail south. I am passing Umag, a beautiful village, and I'm having a really good fun sailing and a good speed. And there's gonna be more villages. This is fun. That's a good speed. Pure downwind. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's a very happy boat, very happy boat. And a very happy sails. This is the radar deflector, which means that the big ship should see me better on the radar, hopefully. It's getting very windy. I had a couple of big gusts, just couldn't feel. Now it calmed down a little bit, but I am flying. I just passed Novigrad and I am flying towards south. Like really flying. The boat seems happy. It gets scary a little bit sometimes on the big gusts, but I still want to keep the gen anchor up. It just gives such a good speed. And these waves, see, there's kind of big waves, and I just surf them. So good. Yeah, the boat seems very happy, but it does get scary with this gen anchor. Okay, another run. Okay, now this is fast. Now this is fast. Shouldn't be filming now. And the wind drops a little bit. Now I have these nice waves pushing me, so I also surf. Not just the wind pushing me, but also the waves. Super nice. I'm trying to find anchorage. It's totally dark, but there should be a very shallow anchorage. I have set my bivy back for tonight because it's a little bit windy, so I cannot put a tent. So I have this bivy bag and I have this mattress, pillow. I put all the luggage there, and it's kind of drizzling, just raining a little bit. It's kind of miserable. Well, I'm gonna jump in the water now just to wash. The water is kind of warm, and jump in my bivvy, and see you tomorrow. Good night. Good morning. It's mid-September. I have my winter hat, and this sleeping bag is rated to 5 degrees Celsius, and it was just right. It was raining at night. It's kind of so I have this inflatable mattress, sleeping bag, and this is a bivvy bag. Now you see I put this bungees, and this is what we added. This is what Supreme Sales made for me. See these attachments, because if it's directly down on the sleeping bag, you just get condensation and everything gets wet, and then your sleeping bag gets wet. So now you see I can keep some distance, so you get ventilation and you don't get the sleeping bag wet, and it works really well. Packing my stuff, and under this mattress it's all condensation and wet. Actually, it's all wet kind of. This is a campsite, and this is the Vršar. This is a very nice village. Vršar, just on the other side. Main sail is up, and today I'm using this special dry suit because it has a zipper. So it's basically, you don't have to put it over the hat, but you just zip it, and it's a dry suit. It's like innovation, something new. And the good thing is, I can open, because now I'm really working on getting like warm, so I can open everything, and then later when it gets cold I just zip myself, and it's a dry suit. It's a great stuff, and it has this great pocket which is magnetic, so you just you see, open. I have a phone in here for navigation, and it's a great pocket because I can just see open. It's magnetic, so you just magnetic, clip, that's all you have to do, and I keep my phone in there. It's actually a dry pack. Then I have my anchor, and I have this Y which I connected to these rings. It's just like on a big catamaran, so the anchor, it's going nicely. You see the boat is not swinging. And then I have this is the sea anchor, and also have an sea anchor, and I can attach sea anchor to that Y down there. So in case I get in trouble on the sea, I just deploy sea anchor, connect it there, and the boat is gonna stay upwind, and then I can do whatever I wanna do. Because when you get in trouble, you just wanna stabilize the boat. So I click, throw it in, and the boat is gonna stay just like on the anchor, and then I can work on the boat. I've tried it in light winds, and it works really well. So now I'll pick up the anchor and sail south. Another improvement for this here is I have a stainless steel chain, and much lighter, and I have this special Mantus anchor which I can disassemble. A little bit dirty. And then I can also disassemble this very quickly, and then it just packs way nicer. Actually, I keep this one connected, but I remove this one. Okay, we are sailing. So I came in here during the night. It was relatively easy. It's very shallow here, just around 2 meters. And another good thing about this anchor is that it has this special dry back with holes. So I can attach it to the boat, and also it's ventilating. I just like this anchor. It's very light and it's stainless. Okay, let's pull this one a little bit more. This is gonna be a great sailing day. I already have a good speed. And now it has stopped moving, I'm not so warm anymore, so I can just with one hand, you see, close this, and then close the dry suit. Okay. And then I just do this, and I have a dry suit. So no need to put it over and off. And also during the day, if I get hot, I can just open it. And it's super stretchy, it's very stretchy material. This is Vršar behind me. I'm having kind of a decent speed, but it's the angle is not good for the gennaker. It's too much upwind. I'm having winds like from the shore, It's kind of Bora wind. Yesterday I was just wearing neoprene, and then I protected neoprene with that jacket and shorts. And it worked great. The only thing is, you know, the neoprene doesn't really breathe and it gets wet. So you don't want to be all day, you know, for weeks in that. Now this is where these dry suits come in. They breathe so well. Wind shifted a little bit, so I have my Janakar back, and now life is way better. Like finally I'm kind of moving. And these light winds with normal sails, with no Janakar, you just float. But now I'm actually moving. That's pretty fun now. I just need a little bit warmer weather, some sun, maybe a beer, some chocolate. I have made it through the passage, so the ravine is behind me. It's a little bit more calm here because these islands are now sheltering me. But I can see forward there's a lot of waves again. So now I'm going towards Brioni Island, which is a national park, as I've said. And again, if I go from the inside, I'm gonna be a little bit sheltered from this outside swell. And I just got a little bit of good winds. They're coming from shore. So this is actually a nice sailing now, it's calm. Still missing the sun, but I'm progressing well. I'm in the channel between Istra and Brioni Islands, and it started raining. Luckily it's just a little bit. It's gonna wash my boat a little bit. I'm getting to the end of the Istria Peninsula, so now I have to decide either to cross the Kvarner passage, which is 14 miles, it's quite a big passage. So it's a hard decision to do it now. Do I have enough time? Daylight. The sun is it's afternoon already, it's hard to see. And I don't want to mess it, there's a lot of traffic, and I don't want to mess it there. I'm going around the tip of Istria Peninsula. So down there, this is the famous lighthouse, and I'm gonna squeeze through here. It's very shallow, but I can make it with the catamaran. There's a lot of rocks, and it seems like the winds should be fine, so I'm gonna cross Kvarner passage. Should be across to island Unije in 3 hours if everything goes fine. I have 1.5 hours of daylight reserve, so hopefully everything is gonna be fine. I hope the winds are gonna be as predicted. Hasn't been very accurate this day. So this is the tip of peninsula. Istria, the southernmost point. So now I squeeze through here and then I just cross. There's a couple of small islands. The winds are back, and this side it seems like I'm gonna make it. Well, this catamaran is crossing here, it's very shallow. He's actually doing it. I just hope everything goes fine. Okay, I have fresh wind from the other side, and I can actually see across, because when you have these north winds, you have a very good visibility. Usually this is one of the passages when you don't see across. So I have to go across there to the right side of the islands, around 16, 17 nautical miles. Such a good visibility today. Okay, that's good to have. A little bit tight on this rope. Oh, I put these stoppers here because this is the sheet for the Janakar, and I didn't have it on a previous boat, and I just had to hold it. Now I just put it here. Well, the catamaran made it across safe. And now Kvarner crossing. Finally, I have good winds. I'm in the middle of Kvarner passage. I can see Unije in front of me. So the local weather forecast said the wind's gonna die. The wind is said it's gonna be okay. But I'm just gonna trust my guts, and yeah, I hope I don't have to row. But so far it's good. I was there for around 30 minutes with no wind. But now it picked up, so I'm probably doing, this is probably around 5 knots. I'm surfing down to sea. Actually, it's funny because I have a following swell, and then I'm surfing down the following swell, although I'm actually sailing upwind. So this swell is actually helping me now a lot. It's just pushing me across and it gives me a nice surf. Hard to see these waves on the camera, but see now the one's coming. You see I'm surfing now. And then another one, they're just pushing me across. Thank you very much. It's like a free ride. It's like downhill. And I hope the winds stay. Otherwise it's gonna be a long row. I'm trying to see it as much as forward as possible to give the maximum speed, to put the bows in to make the water length longer, to put the stern out. Hopefully it's gonna pay off. It's dinner time. One hand camera, one hand muesli, leg on the rudder. So it looks like this. You take some muesli. And then take some milk. Correct the course and just repeat. I'm getting closer slowly. So on this trip I don't have any cooker. For the first time I'm not doing pasta with ketchup. So all the Italians are like, yeah, finally not overcooking the pasta. But I decided not to do it because I always eat late and it's so much time to cook. So I'm just gonna eat raw food. I'll be okay. Another reason why I don't want to get stuck in the middle of Kvarner is because down there's a big port for the ships. So there's quite a lot of traffic. I do have a lot of lights, but still I prefer to do this in the daylight. Because this boat would feel me just like a mosquito, you know, like they wouldn't even know they crushed me. I do have a radar deflector. I have a bunch of lights, but still, that's why I don't want to get stuck here. But the winds are still okay. They're not destroyed. They're like okay. If they stay like this, I'll be just fine. The problem is I have a lot of swell, so it might be challenging to find a good place to overnight. There's not many bays, and the one I was hoping for is open to the swell. So I might be rocking at night. I made it across Kvarner. Now this is Unije Island and Unije village. The problem is that there's this swell going directly in and I can see boats rocking. So this is not gonna be fun on this small boat. So I can just cut this out. Now another option is go around an island, and luckily, see, the sun is still, probably I have another hour or something of daylight. So if I'm very lucky with the winds, I might get around. Another option is pull the boat out to shore. Not many good bays around here. So that's the thing, with the small boat you need a good bay. Sometimes hard to get there because there's no engine. I was trying to go around an island, but the wind just switched, so I was sailing. It would just take me too long. So I'll have to go here. And there is a little bit of swell, but I guess I'll be okay. The sun is almost setting, so it's a good time to anchor. So I have my anchor ready. There's quite a lot of wind and it's very gusty, so I have to find a good spot, drop the sail, drop the anchor. I have just one chance, otherwise I can get blown out, and put sails up again and then do it again, but I'll be okay. Anchor drop. I'm just trying to get a good hold, a little bit more. It's very good anchor, so it should hold. And this is the village. Not too much swell. There's a couple of boats and they're rocking way more because it's better to be a catamaran. And there's more boats coming, so 1, 2, 3, 4 more boats coming. I still don't have a good hold, but I need to put more rope in the water, and it's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be just fine for tonight. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Now that's a good hold. I have attached my Mantus anchor to the Y, so now you can see how nicely the boat is positioned, so it's always gonna pull it upwind. Good morning! What a beautiful morning! I finally have sun, so I can dry out some things. Beautiful sunrise, village, and there's a guy with a chainsaw already. Super early in the morning, but the guy cannot sleep, he's just cutting wood. I'm gonna hang things around a little bit so I can dry, but then it's time to go. Perfect conditions. Well, that was a rocky night. I hope tonight I find a better bay. Oh, it's fine, I'm rested. Let's go sailing. Okay, I have this boom lift and I put it away. That's what keeps up. And it's so well built that you see this lazy jack actually prevents the boom from falling. But I just keep this for the night. This lazy jack is working really well. Just like on any sailboat. Okay, the sail is up. Now let's pull the anchor and sail. So pull out the Ypsilon. I put all the rope in because it was so windy that I want to have a lot of rope. And then the cool thing is, so I put it through here. And then I protect it so I don't lose the rope. It's like a genius bag. So now, as long as I have, because it's connected to the boat, the rope cannot go out. And you just feed the rope in here. And then when you let it go, everything should be fine, theoretically. Never is, really. Okay, let's unfurl Genoa. That's exactly the winds I want to have. This is my halyard with the spinnaker. And I always hook myself with this rope. This is the rope that keeps me attached to the boat. Because these catamarans, when you fall, sometimes they just go and they don't want to stop. I have some good speed immediately. It's still Bora, it should be all day. The weather forecast is just not right. It just says rain and then sun and then wind, and there's no wind. But anyway, I was rocking a little bit today here. Unije, beautiful island. There's no cars on this island. And a very nice coast. There's a local fisherman coming with a daily catch. Look at this water. Beautiful colors. This is the lighthouse. So I was just across there, I came around, it's a beautiful island. And then down there, this is Susak, another great island. So I'm now just gonna follow Unije, and then I'm gonna come to Mali Lošinj. And I can see their sailboat has good wind, so that's a good indicator. I should have kind of light Bora winds. These are more like north winds, they're cold and dry. You can see how shallow there is. I'm not using much charts, I just use my... I've been here before, so I kind of rely on my experience. And it's not very deep boat anyway. But still, I'll go a little bit here. And it's actually super fun to sail in these calm conditions now. It was so bouncy in the previous 2 days. This is nice, just going through the water. It's time for janakers, so let's furl this one. It's actually very easy, you just pull one rope, nicely furls around. Except when there's a lot of wind and it doesn't want to really furl, you have to go downwind. So now I'm gonna get all the spaghetti ready. So much ropes on this boat. Okay, now I open my bag. Oh, that sailboat is going nicely. Okay, a bit of correction. And then I always pull it a little bit forward, just a little bit. And then I get ready on my halyard, which is of course on the other side. Okay, now let's go up. Okay. Put it around here. Then I pull it forward. Okay. We're back in the game. And then I have my stopper here, so I don't have to hold it. And now it's time to put spaghetti. See, this is actually, I twist and I can extend. So before I used to use this, you know, I had on the previous boat, you know, like a socket. But I just kind of prefer it like this because it will get rupture, and if you mess it up, it can go wrong. So this is maybe a little bit trickier to put it up, but in the long term, it's maybe safer and easier. So now, all the spaghetti has to go somewhere safe. Okay, and it's good to put them like this so they're ready, you know, when you have to put the sail down very quickly, everything is ready. And that's why also this is the halyard for the jeep, and that's a halyard for the main, so everything is nice in their pockets. And I put the reefs in here and some extra stuff, because when I reef the sail you would have these lines, you know, banging around, so you just put them in here. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice day. This is just a fantastic sail. You can see now the difference in the speed. So earlier I was just kind of floating, but now we are actually sailing straight downwind, and I just hope this wind stay forever. So this is exactly where I have to go. Susak Island, Mali Lošinj, sailing into the sunrise. Winds are picking up. Boat is happier and happier. I'm passing now these two small islands. I think it's Rakane, I'm not sure. But there was a village on there. I don't know how they get there. It's actually a small village. And there's, I can see a small church. Oh, there's some houses. Because this place has no base. And then in front I can see Mali Lošinj. Seems like the winds are picking up. That's a good sign. I can see a spinnaker in front. My spinnaker, it's so happy. Okay, another gust coming. This is fun. You can just feel the acceleration with this janakar. It's so much surface area on these sails. So much power. Getting very nice gusts from Mali Lošinj Island. I can see in front Well, I just hope it's not too much for the Janneker. I don't want to put it up and down. But that's what you get with these Bora winds. You see in the valley, it's very locally. You get very gusty and then nothing, and then a lot and nothing. You know, it came up and came down, but very quickly it can be very too much. See, and then it slows down. And then you wait for another gust. It's definitely coming. Have to be ready. It's getting more interesting here. The wind pick up a little bit, and now if I ride the waves, see, I find a wave, I go a little bit left and right, and then I really get a good speed. I go down and left. See, I'm riding the waves. So I go a little bit left for the speed. Catch the wave. Oh, come on. Okay, I got a wave. And I surf to the right. Find the next one left, get more speed. Come on. The waves got a little bit smaller now. Maybe I'm behind an island. Okay. And then I ride down, and then I get more speed. Find the wave. Okay, that's pretty cool. The wind died again. And then from 0 to here, actually from hero to 0, the wind just dropped. You can see down there, there's wind. There is no wind because Bora is very local wind. It's all along the coast, but it's just like every place is different. And right here, it's so sheltered that Bora is not happy here. But it's good time to have some lunch, so I'm gonna have some sardines and I have some chocolates. And chocolate is great for the good mood. Whenever the wind drops, just eat chocolate. You'll be way better. Just trying to keep this guy inflated. He's kind of refusing. We'll see who's more stubborn, he or me. Actually, I'm moving. I can say I'm moving like maybe 100 meters per hour. But I'll get wind. I'll just have to wait, be patient. It has happened many times. When you travel without an engine, that's something you get all the time. I just got some very light wind, so I'm really trying hard to move as much as possible. And it's so nice to sail just in the silence. The boat is just cutting through the water. It's so silent, you can only hear the waves. I'm losing the wind again. I'm still moving. I just need to get past Mali Lošinj, and then there should be better winds around Zadar. I just need to get there. It's actually very hot. I have this neoprene. This is actually great. This is like a very stretchy, thin neoprene. But just when it gets hot like this, it just burns. But then as quick as you get wind, you are happy to have it. And it's just not easy to change clothes on this boat. Just want to have something in between. It's good for everything, but right now it's hot. But then I put water. I just put water on neoprene, it cools down. But it just dries out in a couple of minutes again. Spinnaker is not so happy. But I'm making a progress, that's important. I just need to get past that island. And it should be better. Day winds are coming, my Mistral, it couldn't be better, you see? It's coming down there. You see there's nothing, so the Bora stopped. And now it's gonna switch to day winds, and they are pretty early, which is perfect. That's just perfect. So looking good so far. Okay, here they are. You can actually see them coming. You see it's like up. It's like behind me. See, there's no wind. And this is how you see the wind coming. Now we should get some acceleration, set the sails, and just sail south. Okay, we're picking up speed. I can feel the winds. Oh yeah, these are the day winds. Well, I couldn't wish for anything better. Morning with Bora and a quick switch to day winds, my Mistral. The day winds, the best winds you can wish for. It's like, Santa, can you bring me day winds? So they start a little bit like deer and then eventually they turn a little bit like after the sun. So that's why I have a really good angle now. I'm actually sailing not downwind, but a little bit like from the side. And yeah, down there you can see Premuda and then East and Molat, and just straight down there I'm gonna get to this other channel. Slowly sailing south now. This is Premuda Island. This is a great place. You can see the village on the top, and then in front you can see Premudski Grebeni, those small islands sticking out. Just beautiful area. And then in front of me there's Molat and East, like two beautiful islands. Now far behind, that's Mali Lošinj. So the day winds are not the strongest today, but you know, it's very pleasant sailing. It's just like, feels like a summer sailing. Down there you can see high mountains. This is Velebit. Oops. That happens when you do other things than sailing. Okay, we're back in game. And then we have two islands of Olib and Silba. You can just see the mountains. They're just like very high mountains, and that's where this Bora wind just comes over and gets very gusty. Such a good visibility. Like, I don't remember having such a good visibility for a long time. On the other side of Premuda there's friends sailing with a sailboat, so now they're gonna turn in between, and I hope we meet. We should actually just meet in 1 or 2 hours. I'm passing this beautiful Premudski Grebeni. Isn't this beautiful? So the day winds they're not the strongest, but they're giving me a solid speed. I'm still catching the friends, and I have some time in, so I'm also having a little bit of lunch and the milk. And it's a nice sailing day, very nice sailing day, very calm, pleasant temperature, a good day. I would say this is no stress sailing. Just enjoying downwind. There's a couple of sailboats around me. And now as you go down you get to this other channel, and that's where this day winds accelerate, so I'm a little bit too high up. If I would be further down I would get acceleration of these winds. That would be nice. Here's my friends. Jure, he sailed with me on a couple deliveries from Bay of Biscay, a good sailor. And then we meet here. That's a nice boat. They're waving and I'm waving back. They're gonna have a nice video. Hello, hello. So, the good thing is we're all going to the same direction now. And that's a pretty fast boat. You can see it's like kind of a racing performance boat. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. It's a fast boat. I mean, I have a Janneker, so if they had a Janneker they would be faster than me probably. And they have a similar speed. Oops, messed up. Okay, saved. Yeah, it's a performance cruiser. It's a dealer. It has a lot of sails, so it's a fast boat. But they would need for downwind a little bit more sails, and then they would be faster. I have advantage of this beautiful Janneker. It's a huge sail. Oops, that happens when you play with the camera. Okay, saved it. And now in front of me, this is East. That's a great place to visit, and you can walk up to the top of the hill. There's a church. That's one of the nicest views around this area. I have just passed Molonat Island, and I'm gonna find shelter on this one in front of me. Now it's not looking really good. Down there you can see some storms and rain, and then behind me there's definitely a storm, heavy rain. So probably Bora is gonna hit very quickly, so maybe I have 1 hour. Now it can come gently or it can come like 30 knots. Now I don't want to put down the Janneker because it gives me the crucial speed. So I'm watching very carefully to see any signs of that Bora, because you can kind of see it. And then I have to put the sails down very quickly. Luckily, I'm gonna get there. Hopefully no rain tonight again. Actually kind of sucks having rain on this boat. Just not fun. I am now in this channel, and the wind just picked up because it has this effect, you know, of land. I'm having a pretty decent speed now. The bad weather behind me, you can see it's not looking good. Okay, time to do a jibe. So first I release this one so it goes easier across. Okay, and then I pull this guy. Already get it kind of over. Okay, and then turn the boat. Pull the main over. Adjust the gennaker. Okay, put it in a stopper. Okay, and then tension back the main sheet, you know, to give to put less pressure on these guys, you know, to hold back the mast. Okay, do it like this. Okay, good job. Now sort out the spaghetti. Time to put gennaker down. I'll release this one a little bit so I can go more downwind and cover the gennaker. Release the front one all the way. And then I grab gennaker here. So I put it in a shade. And just gently pull it down. Now I take the bag. And I put it in a bag. Ready for a jibe. Put it here. I turn. I can help him a little bit. Okay. This chair is in the way a little bit. So now, just around the corner, there should be the bay. Here's the anchor. I just love this anchor. There's a big storm going. So lucky I'm here. Looks nicer on this side, but yeah, this is a big storm. So the bay should be right around here. The bay is right around the corner. So I'm ready with my anchor. Halyard is ready. Get oar ready. I'm gonna go all the way in there, and this is gonna be a great protection for tonight. I'll have to use this magical device a little bit more. Okay, time to drop the sail, and I'm gonna paddle all the way in. So all you have to do is just release and pull. Let's see the speed. I'm going a little bit upwind, so it's stopping me. Okay, this should be fine. And now let's paddle back. It's actually not cold. It's still mid-September, should be warm. Just the sun is missing. I have to look for the sea urchins. Everybody makes fun of my Crocs. Okay. It's like holding really well. Well, I'll have to check the anchor with the mask. Okay, well done. So this elastic is here to prevent rudder from swinging left and right at night. I have put these rings here, you can see on every, there's this ring, and now I can, it's a very strong point, so I can attach all the ropes like this Y. I set up a tent luckily before the rain started. It's actually kind of romantic. So as long as there's no wind, I'm okay. But then if the wind starts, I might be in trouble in this tent. But yeah, definitely raining. This is a single layer tent. It is waterproof, but if you touch the sides, then you get wet. Good morning. I'm so happy I put a tent today because it was so rainy all night. It's all wet now. It's kind of nice, but it's all wet. It's all dripping. It's all nice, but I just don't feel like going out now. Doesn't seem like much wind anyway. There's actually a little bit of sun. Well, this is my towel, my neoprene, everything for a good shot. This is how it looks. Lots of spaghetti, too much stuff. This would be a very nice bay. We just need sun, and it seems like it's coming, and I can feel some wind, so let's be optimistic. It's mid-September, and I should be swimming right now, but I'm wearing fleece and a hat. It's raining for the third day. I didn't sign up for a trip like this, but hey, I'll take it. It's fun. It's kind of cool. That's my bay for tonight, and I'm having nice Bora wind, so thumbs up. It's actually gonna be a great sailing day. In front of me you can see Long Island, and I'm just gonna be here sheltered with these winds from the side, Bora wind. They're kind of cold and dry, but I like dry winds. And I'm gonna have a very flat water and just like proceed south. No gin anchor today, but I should have very decent speed. And of course in the morning I had to swim ashore first to pull the line off. But I'm so happy to have a dry suit. I was thinking yes or no, it's still summer. Well, without this dry suit I would be just miserable. So right now I have a long fleece pants underneath, and I have nothing under, because it's so actually comfortable. This material, it's so stretchy and comfortable that I don't have to wear anything under. Because I was working hard, I would get warm. But then in case I need a fleece, I have it there, and I'm just gonna like zip very quickly. I can have a fleece on. So far thumbs up. It's so stretchy, like you don't even like, it's crazy material, like super cool. You can see some storms. Hopefully they don't visit me. I have just turned the direction because sailing the other way was just not fun. This is way better. So I would be struggling that way. It just sucks. This is much more enjoyable. So these winds are gonna bring me north, way better than south. So let's just say north. Yeah, that's some acceleration. This is how Hobie Cat sailing should be. This is fun. Very gusty winds, very gusty. They come, they go. But you can read them, you can see in every valley, and then you can see on the surface, okay, another gust. They give a good speed. Another one coming. So there should be always one hand on the sheet of the main. Very quickly you over capsize. I have reefed the main and I furled the jib because I had a couple of really big gusts, and even like this I got a little bit overpowered. I just have to be careful. This Bora just comes and goes, like very unpredictable. A little bit slower now. Just comes and goes. Okay, there's a gust. It just picks up. And you can get anything. It can just come from the valley. You can get like 20-30 knots, or just have 10 knots. So you want to be reefed. Reef early, they say. Now the Bora kicked in. Now you have to be very careful for the gusts. If it gets too strong, I'm in trouble, but I'll keep an eye. I have one reef now, I have 2 more reefs. So as long as I can reef, I'm fine. So those clouds on the valley bit, that's the sign for Bora. I mean, it's a nice wind as long as it doesn't get too crazy. It's gusty, but it's actually kind of a good angle for my direction. So I'm going up north again. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit rough today. That's a pretty wet ride. Well, let's just hope the wind doesn't go up too much. It's a good speed. Nice to have a dry suit. Very nice. I had a couple very big gusts, so I put another reef. So now I'm on the second reef. So there's only one more reef left. I'm a little bit slower. The wind just dropped, but it was a big gust. And yeah, kind of slow now. But when the big gusts come, better this way. I could open the jib now. I'll wait a little bit and then see what happens. I have the speed back. That's a decent speed. Oh, but then just drops again. Actually, the boat is going very nicely. This V-shaped hulls, because this boat was built for the waves. Yeah, I'm just happy. If it stays like this, that's fine. I have the speed, as long as it doesn't get worse. This is getting a little bit too much and it's gonna get worse, so I'm gonna find a shelter between East and Molat. I just go by my memory. I just no way I can look at my phone at the chart. But I think I see the lighthouse. And there's a passage between these 2 islands and a very nice bay, a good shelter. It's just too much. I'm on the second reef only. If this gets worse, I'm gonna be on the third one, and then what? So, well, definitely a nice experience. The boat is going really nicely on the waves. These V-shaped hulls, this boat was built for the ocean. Actually feels quite comfortable. Okay, another big gust. It's very hard to say where the passage is between these 2 islands, but I think I see a lighthouse on the mark. I have to be careful in case it's not. As much as I remember, it was here. The waves are getting bigger. I just hope that's it, and then wait for better conditions. So I see a lighthouse, so it has to be the entrance. Why would you put a lighthouse otherwise? If it's not, I'm gonna be in a little bit of trouble. But it has to be, has to be. Okay, that's it. There's a boat coming out, there's another lighthouse. So I made it. Okay. Now these waves are getting really high, I have to be careful not to pitch pole or have too much surf. The wind stopped because it's bouncing into the island. I'll be okay. Okay, that was intense, good experience. But now I'll have to wait here. Tomorrow these winds are even stronger, so I'm gonna have some time to think. This is one island, Molat, and this is east. There's the church on the top, very nice view. And this is the passage. I'm here in this bay between Molat and east. There's a small village on the other side, but I just wanted to be here. It's more peaceful, so I'm on east. I'm trying to find a good spot, and seems like here it's the last winds and waves. This is why dry suit is cool. You just stay dry. This is gonna be my place for a couple days. Sun is slowly setting, so rest and then we'll see. 2 nights of bad winds, then 2 days good winds, and then seems like the south winds are coming with rain, and we'll see. I hope it turns better. This is the view from inside the tent. It's actually, I'm surprised how strong this tent is. It's aluminum poles, and I attached it to the boat on 4 angles, and it's just good. And I'm checking this sleeping bag. It is, you see, this is the bag. It's 5 degrees Celsius rated. I mean, I cannot believe it's so cold. And I sleep in this, and I also put my fleece pants on. I just don't understand why it's so cold during the night. But anyway, I'm lucky to have it. I'm gonna have to stay for 1 or more 2 nights. The winds are just too strong. I'm gonna try to get to the village, cross this forest. On top of the hill. So my catamaran is down there. This is already another island, Molat. And you can see Bora. And on this side, it looks more sheltered, but still you get these gusty winds. And the village on this side, east. Yeah, very nice place. We would need sun to get very nice colors. Good morning. This is so romantic. Wake up in the rain. Like I always wished I would wake up in the rain. Open the doors and just see rain dropping on the sea. Being on a boat. What a beautiful day. I think I'm gonna stay here for a while and just think. I am finally leaving east after 3 nights here. They said there's gonna be winds. Doesn't seem like, so my paddle is very happy today. I haven't used it much. So hopefully I get some winds later. But so far it's just a beautiful cold morning. And I'm gonna go towards south. I'm now trying to catch every wind. See, I'm actually moving faster than rowing. And I'm just, there's always some wind somewhere. And this is just some local wind. I'm just gonna use it to move forward, and then little by little I'm gonna get somewhere. It's actually kind of a nice morning, but hey, I'm here for sailing. We need some wind. I have built this oars, very long oars, and now it's a good time to test them. I just got some winds, and I really hope these are the day winds. They're gonna pick up, and then in the channel, down in this other channel, hopefully increase, because it's channel. It just seems like the rowing doesn't make much sense, so I rowed a little bit, but the speed with this Janakar is way bigger, even if it's like just a little bit of wind. So it just seems like it's just better drink beer and wait, and then sail. It's actually kind of nice, very calm. Winds have now switched to Bora winds, which come from the shore, and you can see that cloud above the valley, a bit above the mountains, and that's a good sign that there's going to be Bora. Now it shouldn't be too strong, but you never know, it's Bora. So I'm going now straight for the Zadar channel. I have around 20 nautical miles to Sukošan, and if everything goes good, I'll be there in, like afternoon. Janakar is back, and seems like I'm getting the day winds, although you can see still on valley those clouds, which mean Bora, but seems like that the day winds kind of prevailed, and because this is a channel, now it's going to start sucking and accelerating. So probably, hopefully, I'm gonna get better and better winds the more into the channel I go, and the more the day heats up, because afternoon the day winds are always stronger because everything heats up. It's a thermal wind. There's a small storm in front, some rain, and now the wind just stopped. So the wind is up there. It seems like these clouds just messed it up. I'm kind of floating here. Well, I might get some wind from the storm. I'm actually moving 100 meters per hour. But hey, it could be worse, it could be raining, it could be stormy, so Sukošan is just right there. It's probably 3 miles to go. I should get there by night. I'm just 2 miles from Sukošan. It's right there under the storm. So I removed the Janakar, because you can see that wind from the storm, so I better be ready. But then again, I can use that wind to get there. The storm kind of passed somewhere, and I'm sailing upwind. Actually, I'm having kind of south wind. That's funny. So it's all the effect of the storm, but I'm getting in direction. This is the Sukošan, that's where I go. So I'm getting closer and closer. I don't really care which wind it is, as long as I can get to the destination. You can see the clouds, and the clouds always give wind. Not always the best one, but you can see a little bit of rain down there. Just the sunset, I made it to Sukošan. It was a nice trip. Thank you for watching.